There's just something about the beat that I've always loved. The rhythm of the music. 1, 2, 3. My dad was very into Bhangra music, so I've always known it. I'm one of 4 daughters, and growing up, we were quite lively. Always the first on the dance floor at a party, following the footsteps of my mum. I used to dance professionally at university, then a couple of years ago, I saw someone online who was running Bhangra fitness classes, and I thought, do you know what? I'd really like that. So that was that, and here we are. I first joined BT in 2011 in a contact centre role. I left and worked for a few different recruitment businesses, then I came back here in 2021. Why? Because of the culture, the people, the investment that they have in development. But also, I needed that flexibility. I was settling my son into primary school, my daughter into nursery. I think this is probably one of the first companies that I've worked for where I don't feel bad saying, I can't do a meeting at 3:30 because I've got to pick my kids up from school. Recruitment is pretty busy all of the time. It's really, really easy to work late. But this is my one evening to myself. Away from work. Just my time. It's not like I'm attending a class. I'm running it. I can't be like, oh, I'm not doing it this week. I have to be there. What I love about dance is that you're helping people to find another side of themselves. That's what everyone needs, I suppose. For me, I really think I found the perfect rhythm in my life.
I used to watch my mum and help her in the kitchen. I've always been interested in cooking. Like, why does food make us so happy? At work, I'm sitting down all day coding, but when I'm making my cooking videos, I'm exploring, freestyling, putting different ingredients together, editing. It's my way of expressing myself. A lot of my recipes, they're things that shouldn't make sense, but it makes sense when you make it. BT was the only degree apprenticeship I applied for. At first, I was only one of 2 women in the team, and I was very much like, yeah, this is not for me. Then I actually started reaching out to people and finding courses like Girls Can Code. Then I was like, okay, there's a whole community that really don't understand this stuff, so let's not understand together. When I started putting my content online, I had no idea it was going to explode like it did. Then one day, I came across a post for Young MasterChef and I thought, you know what? Let me just apply and see what happens. Next thing you know, I'm in the studio auditioning. Oh, that was an experience. Everyone at BT was very supportive with me and the filming schedule because they know how much this meant to me. A lot of people I work with, they're interested in food as well. So I'm like, oh guys, I just had a recipe idea. So I just quickly grab my notebook and we go through it. Everything just merges together so well.
So it is.
I just love it. BT is so huge and there's so many different things. I just want to be a bit greedy and, you know, get a taste of everything.
I always try to get out for a walk first thing every day. It's that little bit of time to myself. The calm before the storm. Where's your bag? Fucked up! When I'm not dealing with all this, I'm the lead on the BT Digital Voice programme. A big part of my role is dealing with the day-to-day chaos that comes with change. We're leading a once-in-a-generation programme across all of the UK, and it impacts everybody. Even if you don't have a landline, you know someone who does. I mean, I don't, but my grandparents do. Nobody likes change, right? The majority of people are worried about this. My job is to help people understand what's happening and to reassure them that they will stay connected. My job is hybrid, so I have the freedom to work from home or in the office. When you're juggling 2 careers and a young family, that's so valuable. My daughters both go to after-school club. I pick them up after work, then we have to get my youngest straight to Rainbows whilst eating cheese strings in the back of the car. Then I have to get my eldest ready for brownies and sort her dinner. She needs to be at brownies for 6, but that's when Rainbows finishes. So my friend brings my youngest daughter home from Rainbows, and then I have to get her dinner and put her to bed. And then I have to go out and pick the other one up from Brownies at 7:30 and put her to bed. And then I start studying for my MBA.
Korfball is the best sport in the world that you've never heard of. So, it's mixed gender, 4 men and 4 women on the same team. It's a little bit like netball and basketball, but not really. Women can only defend against women and vice versa for men. So, if you're better than your female opponent, it means you're more useful than the guys, potentially. This really is genuinely a mixed thing. It's very equal. You can't just be good at one part of it, you've got to be good at all of it. My korfball team is actually more mixed than my team at work. I joined BT as a graduate and I had a fantastic experience in this team, so I specifically asked to come back. We're working on some pretty big projects for central government. A big part of what we're doing is getting rid of our legacy systems and giving them a nice shiny new one to use. When you come out of uni as a graduate, you just want to learn. People here always make time to help you reach your potential. Now, people are coming to me for help in decisions. The coolest part of my job, I would say, is teaching other people. I got into korfball at uni. I tried netball, but it wasn't for me, so I came back the next year and thought, yeah, I'll try that weird sport. I found korfball is so inclusive. If you can catch a ball, that's great. If not, that's okay. I play for Bristol Thunder in the National League. We train twice a week and we travel all over. I'm playing against some of the best players in the sport every weekend. I also represent Scotland internationally. BT have been really supportive. They give me time off to compete. I've played in tournaments all over the place. France, Turkey, Thailand. That was beach korfball actually, which is a whole different ballgame. There's something a bit special when you give someone the perfect pass and they score and everyone gets to celebrate as a team. It's just the best feeling.
Books literally changed my life. I've had a lot of opportunities through BT Group. I started working here when I was 19 and I'm 25 now. I worked my way up and I've always been like, what can I do next? How can I get to that position? What experience can I get under my belt? Whatever part of the group I've worked in, I've always had the opportunity here to create my own way of working. A couple of years back, I set up this reading page on Instagram. I started posting and then it really took off. I was like, okay, wow, I really like doing social media. And it turned into a bit of a side hustle. Book publishers started contacting me. Can you review some books for us? And I was like, yeah, sure. That led to working with clothing brands and other book publishers, and I started getting a lot of free stuff. All I had to do was just do a post. So yeah, I'd say it turned into quite a big side hustle. I still live near my mum. I always try and make time to go and see her. She's also one of my special guests on my podcast. I've always been an ambitious person. I've always wanted a little bit better for myself, and knowing I've done it myself, it's empowering, especially as a woman. That's why I set up the book club. It's an all-woman group. Once a month we meet up, we talk about the books that we've read. We also go into, did we like it? Did you see yourself in the characters? And then we'll often end up just talking about life in general. It's more a social thing than anything really. So what's next? I guess I'll just keep writing the next chapter and see where life takes me.
My role here is to define the long-term strategy for both the business and the people, which means I'm accountable for our transformation. We're creating a lighthouse, a destination, a place where everyone can march towards. Leading hundreds of people through change in a large business can be quite scary, because you don't always know what tomorrow will look like. About 5 years ago, my mum was diagnosed with a degenerative eye condition. At first, we weren't sure how things would develop or what mum's future would look like. We didn't know where to go or who to talk to. Then, when this amazing organisation first came onto my radar, and the more I got to know them, the more I thought there's so much more we can do together. I wanted to do something more with my skills, so alongside my full-time role at BT, I'm also a non-exec director for the Guide Dogs for the Blind Association. When you meet some of the service users, you start to realise how much of a difference you can really make.
She's an absolute star.
Just by changing very small things, you can have a very big impact. Don't get me wrong, it's tough doing a large corporate role alongside being a trustee here. But you soon learn that you can't be perfect all the time.
Good girl.
You just have to be good enough today and hopefully brilliant tomorrow. What really helps is that BT are very supportive of people taking non-exec director roles. They really see the value of you doing something that gives back to the community. I think it sits perfectly with our purpose, making sure no one is left behind. You always have to look forward. It takes years to train a guide dog, and it's exactly the same at BT. We're planning way ahead into the future, but we also need to make sure we're ready to change in an instant. I feel really fortunate to have not one, but 2 jobs where I can use my skills to change people's lives for the better.
To say my mornings are busy might be a bit of an understatement. My parents' home is the hub for our family. Whether that's breakfast, making school lunches, or sorting out medication, it's pretty chaotic. At work, my job is all about helping colleagues through change and transformation. Getting the chance to work with and really understand all sorts of new technology really helps me when I'm out with AbilityNet to explain things simply. Everything's online these days and a lot of people haven't grown up with it. That's where we come in. I'm here to help them with all the day-to-day things they might struggle with, whether that's setting up tablets so they can connect with their families, keeping safe online, resetting passwords, or setting up their new phone. You name it, if it's tech related, I can help. At BT Group, we're all encouraged to volunteer. We get dedicated time for it that we can use when and where we want.
Thank you.
As soon as I heard about AbilityNet, I thought this is really cool. It's all about bringing people into the digital world that don't use this kind of stuff. I just love helping people, whether it's part of my job at BT Group or people in the community.
I'm not really a yoga or meditation kind of person. My version of that is just me and a barbell for an hour. A big part of what I do and why I do it is mental resilience. Your brain is telling you, absolutely do not do that. That's a really stupid idea. And then it's learning to overcome that fear, training your brain to find ways around it. And suddenly, there's 70 kilos hovering above your head, and you're like, ah! The Bristol community is awesome. The culture's relaxed, there are some fantastic managers who just trust you to get stuff done however you need. I studied languages at university and I played a lot of netball. It was more like a degree in netball with French and Spanish. I started in a businessy trading role in fashion. I was 21, 22, had no experience, and I was like, this could be cool. But I wanted to do something a bit more credible. So I moved into finance, I took my ACA, and I worked in practice for a few years, and then I was offered a brilliant role at BT. I've had some well-timed promotions here. BT doesn't give it to you, but if you put yourself out there, if you have the hunger for it, then absolutely this is the place to achieve it. I do run a run club sometimes on a lunchtime. It's so nice getting together and getting out the office and just switching off for half an hour. I just love training. I've always been sporty, and I've found ways to make that fit around my life. At the moment, I'm able to train upwards of 6, 7, 8 times per week.
And I love it!
It just energises me so much. It's really nice to be able to fit your job around everything else. At the end of the day, my 9 to 5 is what supports me to have the best life I can.
Family is everything to me. I'm so lucky to have everyone here around me. Together, we're absolutely solid and we have the best relationship. We're super close.
Run.
can't really put into words what it's like to have a twin sister. It's really, really hard to explain. I have 2 brothers who I love dearly and are a huge part of my life. But with Kaylee, it's just different. A few years ago, Kaylee was having serious health issues. She couldn't live at home, she couldn't walk, we were at the hospital all the time. Then everything just stopped. And she lost both of her legs. But thank God they managed to save her life. She's everything to me, she is my life, and we'd absolutely be lost without one another. Everybody here at Warrington knew the story. They all came together and raised money for Kaylee to have an electric wheelchair so that she could still do the school runs with her daughter. And that's really the best bit. That's what I love, the value of our EE community. It matters to everybody. I've worked here for 16 years now, and I'm an operations manager with a sales team. I look after about 12 team leaders and have over 100 guides. If they are struggling with calls, I'll happily jump on and use my expertise. I like bringing out the best in other people. Patrick, my GM, is superb. He knows that if I need to leave, I just let him know when and I can go. I'll push boundaries wherever I can. That's one of the reasons I started volunteering at Warrington Youth Zone. I worked on a programme supporting children with social challenges. I've been lucky to help some very special young people. Now, my own son Jacob comes here to play basketball and rock climbing. Pretty much every night I'm at a different club. My daughter does Army Cadets, she's a Lance Corporal, and they both very much keep me on my toes. I'm just passionate about helping people. I love to see them develop their confidence, grow and become better. But I think probably the number one reason that I do all this, why I get out of bed every morning, is my family.
Ready, set, let's go!
That's me, Zara, Cyber Apprentice at BT Group.
And Team GB Discus Champion.
I always knew I wanted to work in the cyberspace ever since I went to a careers event at school. It just really caught my attention. Whereas sport, that's something that never really came naturally to me. I've had to dedicate myself to it, work hard at it and train, come rain or shine.
But not lightning.
When I'm out here with my coach, it's working on the tiny details that make me stronger, faster.
That's not bad for you.
You still want to turn it more?
I applied for loads of apprenticeships, and the thing that really stood out for me with BT Group was that they cared. They treated me like a real person, not just another application. They call me, email me, and it wasn't some generic message. It was a real person who just wanted to explain what was happening in the process. BT is also really supportive of my sporting career. My team makes sure I have time for my studies and exams, and when I'm away competing, they sometimes tune in to watch as well. It's interesting how many parallels there are between my sport and my work. My sport is all about being on your own, in the cage, just focusing on that one perfect moment where everything just comes together. It's the same with work. I'm trusted to just get on with things to the best of my ability, but knowing I have a manager who really understands, supports and invests in me, both as a work colleague and an athlete, makes such a difference. I feel like I found a real direction in my life, both in my sport and in my career, and there's really no limits to how far I can go.
I'm on the way up, I'm on the way up, I'm on the way up, going all the way up.
The world is changing. The way people connect is changing. And we're changing. Changing how we look, how we work, how we talk, and how we connect for good. We're investing in innovative new spaces to enable our colleagues to connect in new, meaningful and collaborative ways. We're creating hubs in strategic locations equipped with some of the most advanced technology that's helping drive our transformation. We want to create a new hybrid culture of working. So whether you're in the office or at home, we want you to be brilliant, to feel you can bring your whole self. So whether you're looking for an apprenticeship, graduate or experienced position, you know you can make an impact and instantly feel welcome. Our technology and innovative products serving millions of customers every day are not our best asset. Our people are our best asset. That's why our buildings are equipped with cafes, multi-faith rooms and parenting rooms, because we know that diversity and inclusion brings innovation and collaboration. Not convinced? What if we tell you your usual skills to change the world? We're already pioneers in the network space, breaking barriers in healthcare, travel and airspace, whilst working hard to reduce the effects of climate change on the planet. This is a place where you can be great, ready to connect for good.
My name's Cassie and I'm an assistant store leader for a retail store in Manchester. I'd only actually had one job previously, which was part-time in a supermarket. My tech experience just came from sort of growing up around tech, and that was initially why I'd applied for a role at EE, because I wanted to be able to share my knowledge and help people. I did start at the bottom as a guide part-time, and then I sort of dumped off my other part-time job because this one was so much better. I've actually worked for the company 9 years this month. And I've gone from being a guide in a small store, I progressed up to senior guide, started coaching and helping the team, helping the new starts, and then I've progressed again. I've moved up to a bigger store. I'm now in a really sort of busy environment with a much bigger team. I've then progressed sort of to assistant store leader. There's so many different ways that you can actually go in this company, and I think that's what's so good. As an assistant store leader, it's my job to support my team. Obviously everyone has good days, bad days. Sometimes you can't help but bring your struggles to work. We're always there to support the team. Our team is very diverse as well, so we've got people from different backgrounds and different faiths, so we always make sure that we're accommodating for those. That work-life balance is so important, because if you've got that time at home and you've got that time with your family and all your needs are met, you're bringing the best version of yourself to work. The one thing that we really value is having a personal connection with your customers. So it's just about being yourself. It's just people interacting with people. You sit down with someone every day, you get to have a bit of fun, have a chat, and then you're going to help them learn about some new products. We are helping customers sort of find the right products to fit them, and with that there is sort of expectations around what you're looking to sort of to sell, but the team will always help each other. People have off days, people have off weeks, there's so much support there. It's a role where everyone's capable of it. I've seen people come from so many different walks of life and so many different experience levels, whether you're new to tech, whether you've been surrounded by tech all your life, the support is there, and you really can be your best self. Honestly, for me, like, the company moving into gaming has been so exciting. Gaming's for everybody. It's not for children, it's not for young adults, it's literally for everybody. People don't realise gaming improves things like your response time, reactions, problem solving skills. But yeah, I think it's really, really good. I think it's a really exciting thing that we do now.
I identify myself as gender fluid and gay, and have been part of BT Pride Network India since the first day, and have become the co-chair. Starting from answering question, which washroom do I use, to introduce all gender washroom. The journey has been really interesting so far. I know how difficult it can be to have a different gender identity. However, I have always been myself and have become the voice of LGBTQIA+ community. Because here in BT Group in India, all the employees are judged based on their skills, not based on their differences. So be yourself, join us to be a part of this amazing inclusive organization.
If you want to feel part of something greater than yourself and have like-minded individuals around, then I would say OpenReach is a place where I've experienced that.
People want to tell you about what they do and they want to make you understand, they want to help you because that's what is celebrated in the organisation.
Having that opportunity to learn new things and to grow professionally as a person within the company, it has been pretty life-changing.
Even though there's a lot of money at stake, even though there's high standards of excellence, I still feel that I'm a part of a community.
I like to say, and I think a few people say it, that we build the internet. I like feeling part of that wider purpose.
Every time you dial 999, that call is being held over an OpenReach line, which is going to an emergency contact centre. Average person on the street won't necessarily have an idea of that.
I didn't realise coming into this organisation how many different departments and different expertise there actually is.
Literally no 2 days are the same. That's one thing that I find, like working here, is tons and tons of variety in terms of what we do.
There are always opportunities coming up, there's always new stuff to try. I think people are very proud of the communities that they work in, so it's nice to be part of something that everybody gets.
I would honestly suggest for anyone and everyone to apply for OpenReach because it really is a good company to work for.